Hey guys, I'm back with another video because I got scammed. So I'm going to be graduating from college in less than 2 weeks. With that, my resume is like intern server, paid, intern server. Had every job under the sun. Let me tell you, you would think that with all that experience, I would know that today I was about to get scammed. This video is dedicated to Barbara and Deborah. This one's for you guys, because you really just opened my eyes in the matter of 20 minutes. If you hearing about a 21-year-old's life, living on her own for the first time, and clearly not knowing what she's doing, you guys should definitely subscribe. I don't know what side that. Okay, let's start at square one. I have a job at a hot dog restaurant. We know this. I have another part-time job, which just got promoted to part-time job from an intern. I've been using websites like Handshake, LinkedIn, Indeed, like Job Monster or whatever. The first tip I'm gonna give you guys is to, I mean, I only have one tip: do your research, but don't just trust these websites that are like, oh, job. You need to look up the jobs. Basically what happened was I sat down next to Travis and he was doing, I think, his D&D campaign, and I was applying to a bunch of jobs. I literally just went through, I saw things I like matched with, like my major, my GPA, my location, my salary, my experience, whatever, and I just applied everywhere. And I was like, you know, you miss all the shots you don't take, you're gonna apply everywhere, it's gonna be great. And I think that's still a good tactic, but definitely just do your research. I applied to this company. I'm not gonna say the name of the company, but if you'd like to know, if you're in my area, if you know me IRL, or if you just live in Massachusetts, because I'll help homie out, message me. I'll leave my socials below per usual. So my major is media and communications, my concentration is in journalism, and my minor is in photography. So my lifelong dream is to just become a photojournalist and interview people, take their photos, write about them. Like, so many beautiful people I would interview. This is not my dream job that I applied to. Any of them, really. There was one work from home. I was like, I will definitely stay home and work, thank you. None of these places were great. Like, they were all marketing firms and sales, and that was all that was biting. And I was like, you know what, whatever. They called me. I was at work at my hot dog place. I ran in the back and they're like, oh, like, we saw your resume, blah blah blah, like just the whole spiel. And I was like, oh yeah, I can start working like the 12th, because I think that's my last day of classes. They're like, oh, we were gonna hire someone like more like this to be quick, that's okay. And I called them back and I was like, actually, like, start tomorrow if you want me to. But I was like, I'm not missing this opportunity, you never know. Actually, thinking back, this was weird too. I didn't get like a confirmation on, they said like, okay, we'll talk to you on Monday and then you can come in on Tuesday. I was like, okay. And I was all giddy on the phone, and then I'm like, they didn't tell me what time Monday, they didn't tell me what time Tuesday, and they didn't even tell me their address. So I have this Zoom interview. You know, I thought I was unqualified, not gonna lie. They were asking me like some trick questions and I was like, I'm not getting this job. Like, this is not for me. Don't really know what's going on. Whatever. They liked me, and the day after, maybe 2 days after, they called me at like 7:30 at night. So I had a recruiter, couldn't say enough good things about you. They called me back for an in-person interview this morning. I am saddled up for this interview. Let me give you the perks of what this company said they were, okay? That I was making $40,000 a year minimum, but with commissions I would be making way more. I'd be making 6 to 9 sales per day. I'd wake up, go there at noon. This place is an hour away, by the way. I was prepared to do this commute. Do our pitching all in the office, all of us congregating, pitching, and then at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. they never mentioned a break. I'm like, do we get breaks? Anyways, at like 2, 3, we go out and we go to these people's houses and we pitch them like sales. So this is where it gets fishy. They told me on the interview both times that their biggest breakthrough was in 2013 with Verizon. Just remember that. And I was like, oh my god, Verizon? Like, I have Verizon. I know so much about Verizon. I asked today, I'm like, what other companies do you work with? They're like, Nestle. They said like one company that they don't actually currently work with because of COVID, which didn't make any sense because they're working with like... Hi, I'm editing. I just want to say I rolled my eyes at the fact that they were still having us go to door. Like, we were going to be door to door Verizon salesmen. I wasn't rolling my eyes at like COVID, like they shouldn't be not working because of COVID, you know? I just was rolling my eyes at their company like reasoning. Like, when I asked, they just sounded like I threw them a curveball. Like, it's a simple question if it's the truth. But Verizon, that was their thing, that the Verizon gives us these analytics and we go to the people's houses that have called in and wanted bundles, called in about problems with their TV, called in about whatever, or gone to the place, or like been looking up stuff. Like, we just track them down and we give them sales. I'm like, off the bat, like, this sounds kind of weird. Like, do these people know we're coming? Are you trying to really make sales at like 5 p.m? Like, the sun goes down at like 3. Like, that's sus. I went to this office. The woman at the desk was 21. She just started here, she said. She was so sweet. We were just chatting it up. And then 2 other people came in for interviews and I was like, I got some competition. They called me in and they're asking me more questions, like talking more about the position. Like, I don't know. At this point, I was feeling pretty solid. I was like, you know, like, they seem to really like me. I can figure this out. Like, I don't know shit about sales. I'm not in sales. I'm not in marketing. I'm in media and communications. And that's an umbrella term for a lot of business stuff, but I didn't want to do business. I wanted to do like art. So I was like, whatever, I'll start at the bottom. I'll do my sales. It'll look really good on my resume. It's fine. Thinking about how bad this would actually look on my resume. Didn't say when they began the company, didn't really talk about any of the upbringing of the company, just that they were the middle ground between big name brands and customers. We were, as they call it, like B2B, B2C, business to business, and business to customer. Like, we were the middle business. So essentially we were gonna get a cut of whatever they sold. And that was like looking fine for me. I was like, you know what, I'll suck it up. I'll do this job. Everyone seems so sweet. They have COD nights, they said. They get pizza, they have game nights. I'm like, I love Call of Duty. They're like, yes, like, I love Grand Theft, whatever. I'm feeling cute. I'm feeling great. I'm sweating like a fucking horse. Go back in the waiting room. I go into Mark's office, the head man here, and he's like, you know, like, the second guy, I don't even remember his name, had so many great, like, nothing but great things to say about you. We thought Jamie was your #1 fan, but now this guy is. I'm like, I get offered this position. Like, you know, when can you start? And I was like, I was talking to my boss and he was like so excited for me, and he said I didn't even need to wait the 2 weeks. I can start Monday. I'm like, Monday? 9 a.m. maybe. Come on in with your paperwork, you need payroll, you need beep boop bop. You're gonna get started. There's gonna be 2 days training online and then 2 days training in here with us. And then it hits me. I have this job. I got a job. I'm tweeting. I'm fucking posting on my damn Finsta like, yo, fuck you guys. Like, fuck all the haters that have ever disapproved of my major, because I'm gonna make $65K a year. I'm like balling. Like, I grew up poor. Like, this is a big deal for me. I'm like praying in the office. I get back to my car, I'm like screaming. I'm calling my mom, I'm calling my dad, I'm calling Travis. I call Barbara. And that's when the whole world flipped. Okay, get back home and Barbara is just kind of like excited for me, but she's like kind of eerie just because, I don't know, she's an eerie person. She don't trust no one. And this pays off finally. And I texted her because I kept calling her my momager. I sent her a picture of the agreement essentially that I'd be signing. I said, hi Lauren, you'll be making $500 a week minimum, the additional $425 that I could be making, but commissions are uncapped, so I could just kind of keep selling things. They're like, you're gonna sell. She's like, Lauren, like, 500 a week for 40 hours is $12.50 an hour, which is literally less than I'm making right now. You're right, but they're saying I'm gonna make 69 sales per day. She's like, okay. Continues on. Essentially, she's like, so kind of like, I know you have this thing on Monday, but like, tell them to like give you a minute. I'm like, bet. Like, I have so many questions for them. What's up with benefits, health insurance? How can I work towards sick days and vacation days? Is there an opportunity for OT? Because they're saying if you come in on Saturdays, you'll like be making more sales, but am I making actual hourly pay or salary, whatever? And now, what's up with commissions? How often am I gonna be making commissions? Like, and why are you paying $12.50 an hour? Barbara texts her sister Deborah, who went to a really nice school and is in the same field as me, So she knows what she's doing. She's older than us, like she's got her shit together. Hi Deborah, if you're watching this, Aunt Barbara. Mind you, I have like 3 other interviews waiting for me. Not to flex, because it's not a flex, they're all scams. I had like 3 other interviews. So I'm looking up like them too while we're at it, and I'm like, this says the same thing. So we're going on this review page, and this is where we find out everything. So I emailed them all these questions. Actually, not all the questions, but I had texted this guy. The second guy I was interviewing with, he was like, oh, here's my card, here's my number. And so he's like, what can I help you with? And I was like, hey, so I have some questions. And I asked him and he never answered. I mean, it's been like 4 hours. So he should have answered, right? And I emailed too, and I was like, I have some more questions and they're yet to get back to me. So that's number 1. That's number 2. The reviews are being deleted if they're bad. Yeah, there's only 2 reviews and they're from a Jamie and a Mark. I'm like the 2 people I just met today. There's no one else. Has anyone else ever worked here? And then she said, Deborah asked, did the company say Verizon was their #1 sale? Essentially, Verizon is not their like worker. Deborah asked me, did they say Verizon was their #1 company? And I was like, yes, Verizon, dope. And she was like, that's what the scam places fucking say. That people will literally go to their houses and like pretend to be like sales reps from Verizon, but they're not. So the last piece of information that really like sealed the deal that I was like, fuck you guys, was that everywhere I went on the web that their business started in 2019. And they told me they matched with Verizon in 2013. So let me just say, I went on all of these reviews, and every like hidden review on like Yelp when they got like a 1.8 star was like, not like, this is a scam, this is a pyramid scheme, this is like, they either barely pay you or don't pay you, whatever, but like it's mostly all commissions, but you're not really gonna make commissions because it's not real. They had me. Really almost signed that piece of paper. So, on that note, I do not have a new job, like I was flexing. So yeah, bottom line, kids, don't trust anyone. Only trust Barbara. She's gonna be watching this like, she really made this a big deal. I'm like, yes I did. Because I'm like, that shook my world. I was really about to write on Facebook. I was gonna quit my job. In the meantime, I researched 4 other companies that I had interviews for, and they were all scams too. The last thing I would like to point out is that I really got fucked, which we already know. But since I said in the beginning I am literally graduating next week, I'm a fresh grad, when people are posting entry-level jobs, the thing about all of these jobs that I applied for that were entry-level and had my qualifications, obviously like that exists, but like kind of rarely compared to 5 interviews. People will pry on fresh college grads, and I just learned that today. Comment below if you've had a similar experience. I mean, I hope you didn't. In the meantime, I just paid my gas bill and electrical bill and rent and my credit card. I needed this job. But even though today was a bust for you and I both, you watched this and you're disappointed in me, but you're happy I didn't give them my social security number or my banking number. But I watched this and I think, you know, I just got a part-time position added on to my part-time job I have now. So that kind of adds up to a full-time job. One is 5 minutes down the road and one is for my computer. So I'm really not at a loss. They lost me, bitch. If you guys want to hear more of my crazy work stories, because I literally have so many, because all I do is work and work. You should definitely like this video. Some of my coworkers, my current coworkers, and I was like, y'all, I got a job. I'm gonna quit tomorrow. Beep boop bop. And then like 4 hours later, I'm like, y'all, this is a scam. They were like, I've literally never heard of this. And I'm like, bro, me neither. This is my awareness post. Scams are everywhere. So thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. I'm really sorry I don't have a new job to tell you guys about, but I kind of do, because I got a new part-time job. My poor advisor, my poor sweet, sweet advisor is still texting me. Like, are you okay? Because I literally texted her, I was like, can you tell me if this is a scam? She's like, what? Alright guys, I've had enough of today. I'm gonna go eat my pizza and watch Rick and Morty. I hope you guys do the same, because you all deserve it. And tomorrow's Friday. I hope I'm uploading this on Friday, so that way you guys can see it like live. But I also have some more work to do, because I am almost done with school. And that means I'll have even more time with you guys. Ugh, man. Okay, I love you guys. Thank you for listening to my crazy story. Bye, guys.